Hello, my name is Kristen Pohl, and I'm excited to be showcasing Drupal AI for you today. I'll be taking you through an intro of Drupal AI and showcasing some AI features with a few demos. A little bit about me. I've been working with Drupal since 2004, and I'm very active in the Drupal community. Currently, I'm one of the co-leads for the Drupal AI initiative, so I've been very involved in Drupal AI work. So what is this Drupal AI initiative? Let me give you a little bit of a timeline. In March of this year at DrupalCon Atlanta, Dries and some of the Drupal AI founders got together to start thinking about making a more formal strategic initiative. In the months afterwards, they had a lot of meetings and a lot of brainstorming, and they put together an initiative that they announced in June of this year. After that, we onboarded more sponsors and we did a public survey, which we'll see it in a little bit. And then we also put together a high-level roadmap, which we'll take a peek at. And in the last couple of months, we were very focused on DrupalCon Vienna. So we were working on AI videos that would be shown in the Dries Note. And I highly recommend you watch the Dries Note if you haven't already. So for the launch, we launched with a clear strategy, which you can find at drupal.org/AI. A number of sponsors. We're up to 22 sponsors now, with more signing up. A leadership team, I'm one of many, and many active work tracks. And now, actually, we are up to over $1 million US dollars in funding and contributor time. So the Drupal AI initiative envisions a world where organizations of any size can create intelligent, adaptive digital experiences without compromise, and where advanced AI capabilities enhance human creativity rather than replace it. To get a little bit more insight on how Drupal AI could be used for government, I had the opportunity to talk to JB Abrahams and get his take on this. So this is just part of the interview. Enjoy.
So the mega meetup is what we're talking about now, and like that's a government focusing for GovCMS community. So do you have some ideas of how Drupal AI can really help government excel?
Yeah, so I'll say there's three things I think that Drupal AI can help with, and then I'll go into like why Drupal specifically is good for government and the benefits of that generally. And I think Canvas AI would be great for government. So being able to build those landing pages faster, I think is going to be very powerful. But one special thing about the way we're doing things with Drupal compared to, let's say, if you were just, I don't know, doing something with pure ChatGPT, is you could, with our content control center, you can load in your design, your brand guidelines, and have that very centrally controlled, so that people who are building those landing pages, they can focus on the thing they're good at, and then the site owner can know it's going to hit all of those accessibility points, etc. So once we do things with government, we found AI agents that can help with reducing the reading age. So in the UK, legally, councils really need to aim to have like a lot of their documentation aimed at like a 9-year-old reading age. And that's actually a very complex skill, to take something and reduce it to a 9-year-old reading age, but still keep the main content. And so a lot of the time, the content editors who have to do this, it's difficult to train them, and having AI help them. And we have this system where it's not even using AI, it's using a standard system to evaluate the reading age, but then AI can look at the score and try and reduce it, and have a human look at it, see how well it reads. Things like that, I think, are going to be incredibly powerful in government to help make sure their content is like accessible in terms of like the quality of the writing, not just accessible in terms of like visually, but also like, can they understand it? Especially when you have a lot of content aimed at different languages and different subcultures within a country. So I think that side is going to be really powerful. And then search, I think, is going to actually become more of a focus for all of us. It's already pretty good in Drupal, but we found some really simple things like a fuse filter system. So when you type in your query, it doesn't use AI to write an answer, and it has, inaccuracies or hallucinations. It just simply looks at all the filters your site already has and then picks them and then does a search with those. Instead of having to click all of these horrible filters, it just works. And that was, I've seen it across the European Commission situations. I think a lot of government will find making it faster for people to actually find the content they want is going to be a key area. Yeah, and the final thing, although this is not common in Drupal, is automation. There's a lot of powerful automation that AI can bring, and so we focus a lot on claims management and CRM. And I know there are a lot of Drupal sites that work with government to do a lot of stuff with forms. So just doing initial triage with AI, validation. We had something where we had a field form, and it was like you can upload a photo, but we said don't allow pictures of angry people, and we were able to like put it up, and it was able to like just ban it, but also it could flag it. And I think there's going to be a lot of powerful things there that government can use to help with automation. So there's like 3 areas I think people can use. And then why Drupal specifically? Well, I think Drupal is going to be so powerful because of the sovereignty and the human in the loop. If you use some of these proprietary systems made by foreign countries, you're beholden to them. With Drupal, this is you own it. You control it. You can do what you like with it. If you don't like what we're doing in the Drupal AI initiative, all that code is open source. You can pull it in another direction. If you don't like the way that the Drupal Association is pushing Drupal, you can do what you want with it. And I think with AI, especially in government, it's going to be very powerful if when you're doing it, especially the automation side of things, is if you have the freedom. In the UK, we actually have a lot of Drupal sites, and the whole code base is on a government-owned GitHub. So the whole code base is something that anyone can inspect. And as soon as you start bringing AI into it, having something where the voters, the constituents can actually really engage with what AI is doing, see it, and play around with it themselves. I think that level of transparency is going to start becoming very essential. And Drupal just does that because it's open source, but also because of our focus on site builders, ease of use, no code, content creation. It means that humans, when AI does something, it's doing something that a non-coder could do, which means that it's going to be a lot easier to do real governance, check what AI is doing, see the steps, compared to a fully, code-based AI framework.
Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the interview with Jamie. Next up, we're going to talk a bit about the Drupal AI survey and roadmap. A few months ago, we put together a survey to understand what features people wanted most from the Drupal AI initiative. We surveyed 216 people from 199 organizations. These include AI professionals, business leaders, and technical decision makers. And most of them were already using AI. 79% used AI personally in their daily work, and 86% of the organizations were using it in their business. The survey had 34 different features that could be ranked, and each of the features had 5 options from no value to highest value, and also a comment field to provide more feedback on the feature. And that comment field was actually super valuable when doing the analysis. There's actually a whole report available for those that are interested. The most wanted features were Search Optimizer, which was seen as a game changer for improving search result accuracy and saving time. Audit Trail, considered a necessary feature for transparency, accountability, and compliance. Accessibility Advocate, highly valued for ensuring content meets accessibility standards and saving time. Content Librarian, which was praised for its ability to automate content organization and improve search precision. And Approval Architect, which was viewed as a crucial tool for streamlining workflows and ensuring quality content and compliance. As part of the survey and also work that we had been doing in the initiative to try to organize the development, we decided to split development into 2 parts. The first is innovation, and the second is focused on product. So on the innovation side, the focus is developing groundbreaking AI capabilities, setting a new standard for content management, and driving long-term innovation and strategic evolution. So this really is what we've been doing even before the AI initiative. On the product side, we wanted to make sure to take those innovations and make them easy to use for site builders and developers so that they can actually deploy these features very easily to new and existing sites and launch solutions in days rather than months. Now, I'm going to give a very high-level view of the roadmap, and I'm not going to touch upon all of the things that we're working on. Many things have already been released. We're working on a number of things, both in the now and in the next section, and I'll just give you a flavor of what's going on now. So landing page AI agents is something that we'll be seeing a little bit later in a demo, and Canvas AI design system, which is also related to that. AI context management is something that you can store your context for your entire site in order to provide that to agents. We'll see that a little bit as well. And then there's logging and AI tools and so forth. So there is a lot of information here. So the slides will be available later if you want to take another look. On the product development side, we have a lot going on as well. And this is where we're trying to bundle up these innovations and put them in recipes so that they're easy to install and understand. So some of the notable things in now are some of those things that we saw in the survey. So Search Optimizer and Approval Architect, for example, are things that we're working on now. And then we have things like accessibility for like alt text and file names. And a really cool one that we're working on is the AI dashboard. And that will be a place where you can go after you install the AI module, and it'll walk you through how to onboard and add more and more features to your website. So with that, I will let you have your community discussion on Drupal AI, and I'll see you in a little bit with some demos.